Hi and welcome to Intuitive Insights. On this channel we discuss everything to do with the Ascension process. I want to welcome back all of our subscribers and I want to welcome anyone who's new. If this is your first time checking out our channel, I definitely would suggest that you go and browse through the different playlists that we have to offer after this video. Kayla and I do videos on pretty much everything Ascension related, so there's a little something for everybody here. Today is going to be a general Ascension energies reading for the sign of Aquarius. Hello, my beautiful Aquas. It is so good to be with you guys today and to be doing your reading. This is Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Venus, and Rising. And this is a general reading. It's not going to resonate with everybody. Take what fits and leave the rest. Also, definitely check out your other sign placements. If you don't know your planetary placements, you can go to a website such as astro.com, put in your birth information, and it will draw up a chart for you. Yes, it's always helpful. The more we know our astrology, the better we can grow to know ourselves. So I absolutely recommend that for you guys as well. And I do want to let you know that we are doing a contest this month. So whichever video gets the most likes and comments is going to get a second June reading from both myself and Kayla. So share this with all your fellow Aquarians and Aquarian lovers, and you guys can get an additional reading from us. All right, and so what messages do we have for Aquarius? Aquarius, June 2020, Sun, Moon, Venus, and Rising. Aquarius, June 2020, Ascension energies. What are the Ascension energies for Aquarius? Ooh. Okay. Okay. All right, so we have the Ten of Pentacles coming up as your first card, your presiding energy. So this is beautiful. This is complete abundance. All of in your physical world, you are experiencing or going to be experiencing a lot of abundance, financial security and abundance. This is the happy home and the happy family. Just somebody who's very well manifested in the physical. And what I'm feeling for you guys is that as you are becoming more manifested and balanced in the spiritual, that's now starting to pour over into the physical for you guys. So you're starting to see those physical manifestations of everything that you've been striving for on a spiritual level, all the work that you've put in on the spiritual level. I mean, you can see here, it's like the Kabbalah tree. I'm trying to think of what they call it, but the tree of life, right? So we see it's just the connecting of all of the dots. Like you've connected a lot of the dots spiritually and energetically. And so now those dots are beginning to connect in the physical as well. And you're just drawing in all of this really well manifested energy. There may be for a lot of you as well, just a lot that's going on around the family, thinking about the family, working on the family. For some of you, maybe trying to bring together or bridge together a family unit. I can feel that for some of you, and I can feel that that's an energy that's been weighing heavily on your mind, is figuring out how to do that. And I do feel that there is a way to do that, and that is going to work out for you. If perhaps some of you are getting married, or you're in a relationship where you're wanting to bring together your families and sort of create like a larger family. Some of you may be trying to start a family, and so just that energy, I'm feeling the family energy a lot from this card as well for some of you. And then we have the High Priestess. So this is your higher self, right? This is your intuition. The High Priestess is the keeper of the secrets. She holds and has access to the Akashic records. She has access to all of the knowledge and all of the wisdom. And this is you also stepping into, I'm noticing the light over her third eye right now. This is you guys stepping into your High Priestess mode. You've really been working on that. You've really been stepping into and embracing that energy. You know, you guys are you're very intuitive, right? You're very in tune. You're an air sign, but you're very in tune with with the cosmos, right? With the spiritual world, with all of that as well. And you're really stepping into that and embracing that role. And that's bringing a lot of blessings your way. I feel for some of you as well, we have the King of Swords here. So this is the energy of someone, this is air energy. So this is your energy. This is Aquarius, Gemini, Libra energy. But it's also just the energy of somebody who's very adept in the mind. Somebody who's communicates clearly and concisely, perhaps sometimes a bit bluntly. Someone who really cuts through all of the stuff that isn't necessary. I feel like you guys are in a period of really cutting out the things that aren't necessary and aren't serving you anymore. And you're utilizing your intuition to figure out what those things are, which is absolutely beautiful. And so for some of you, there may be a person who embodies this energy that you're working on manifesting into your physical as well. I can see that with I feel so much manifestation energy coming from the High Priestess card in this particular deck. So that may be something as well that's going on, or you may just be stepping into this energy, which is really your authentic energy when you are your authentic selves, is that King of Swords, that Queen of Swords energy. Just really stepping into that and really allowing your intuition to guide you. And this has been coming up for a lot of signs, and this has been something that we've been working on throughout 2020, is allowing our intuition to be our guide, and then our mind to be the thing that puts the guidance into action, right? Like, we're learning mastery over the mind. We're learning how to allow our minds to be our servant and not our master. And how we're meant to be led by the heart and the intuition, and then utilize the mind as a tool to follow that intuition and follow that guidance from our hearts and from spirits. And we're trained to do things kind of the other way around. So it's like this reconditioning that a lot of us have been going through as far as that goes. And I feel that coming through really strongly for you guys. Like, you're really learning how to tap into your heart space as well as utilizing your head. You guys tend to be, even though you are very intuitive, you tend to be very logic based in a lot of your decisions. That's just the energy of being an air sign, right? But you're also, you guys are really inventive. Like, you're that genius energy in the zodiac, right? So like, you have a lot of inspired ideas, but you tend to be guided logically. And you're learning how to utilize that logic, but bridge it more flawlessly and more smoothly with your intuition. And you're really stepping up as far as this goes. I'm noticing all of these, like, what's coming up off of her head here. It's like your crown chakra is really, really opening. You're really connected right now. Some of you may be working on connecting with other dimensions and stuff like that, and that's definitely happening for you. And you have all these downloads coming in, and all of this information that you're learning how to synthesize and how to utilize through your logic. So I feel that happening for a lot of you as well. And then we have the 10 of Cups here, which is complete emotional fulfillment. So for some of you, this may have to do with this King of Swords energy, and it doesn't have to be gender specific, but this energy that you're bringing in the form of a person. It definitely for some of you is, because we also have the Ace of Cups, right? Which is a new romantic cycle. It's also, I see this not only as your cup runneth over in terms of romantic love, but in terms of self-love as well. So you're really in this cycle. And we have strength here. This cycle of just gaining, you're really stepping into your autonomy, you're stepping into your power, and because you're learning how to bridge that logic and that heart space, and that heart opening is happening for you guys, it's really just bringing in so much joy on an emotional level. Like, you're starting to experience and be able to tap into that emotional fulfillment more, because you're able to tap into that heart center more. And so all of that is going to combine to give you what it is that you're looking for, and what it is manifesting for you with this 10 of Pentacles energy. And it's just really, really beautiful how that's happening. So yeah, some of you are absolutely manifesting love in your lives. You're just manifesting just fulfillment in every sense of the word. And this card can also speak to mastery of the mind. So I feel that coming through really strongly again. It's like, as you've learned you're learning how to let your heart lead, which is absolutely, absolutely beautiful. And that's huge for you guys. That is absolutely huge for you guys. And I see the 2 children I'm being drawn to again in the 10 of Cups. So I think that there's definitely stuff going on for some of you guys around children and figuring out what to do with the children and figuring out how to make everything work with the children. And that is definitely, that's happening, and that is something that is absolutely, absolutely accomplishable for you guys. Yeah, and like I said, if there's anybody who's wanting children that does not yet have them, I'm feeling, we don't have any of the typical cards that might suggest that really, but I'm feeling that energy for some of you guys, so I'm going to put that out there. And then we have on the bottom of the deck the 9 of Wands, which is typically the wounded warrior, but when I pull the card in this deck, it doesn't look like that at all. It looks like somebody who's really standing their ground and is really confident in their ability to protect what is theirs. And that could be their own energy. I feel that for some of you. It could be the things that they're attempting to build. I mean, she's a bit standoffish looking, which can be, I mean, that can be an air sign thing as well, right? She is, but she's also just totally confident. And she's like, if you want in, you got to prove that you're worthy. And so I'm feeling that energy coming through for you guys too. So it's interesting because for some of you, it's like you're manifesting all this abundance, but there's still a part of you that's like, but you need to prove your worth first. Like if this is, we got the Page of Cups on the bottom of the deck, right? If this is a suitor coming in or a lover or a new relationship or an apology or anything like that, it's like you want them to prove their worth. Like if you want to make sure if they're coming to you, they've stepped their game up. If this is someone from your past, and if this is someone new, like you just want to make sure that they're on your level spiritually, that they're on your level in the physical, that you're an energetic match in every sense of the word, and you're really reading the energy. You're reading the energy, and you're connecting with them through this heart energy, because you've learned how to do that, right? And now you have this whole new level of discernment that you're capable of. Yeah, and even if this is financial opportunities and stuff like that, like you're very much like, you want whatever is being brought to you to be of a high vibration, because you are of a high vibration now, and you are not willing to compromise that for anything or anyone. So yeah, that's the energy that I'm getting for you guys from the tarot here. And let's see what else we can get for you guys. I'm being drawn to the Lightworkers Oracle for you guys. So we're going to do some of that. All right, so we're doing Aquarius, June 2020. Aquarius, June 2020. What is going on for all of our beautiful Aquas for June 2020? Ascension energies for June 2020. June 2020. Okay. So we got the second ray of wisdom. And I'm going to read that one from the book. And you can just see her angels behind her, supporting her and guiding her. And it's like that connection, right? Like we were talking about the opening up of the crown, the opening up of the heart. The second ray of wisdom is a consciousness of loving wisdom straight from the heart of the universe. It amplifies the magnetic power of attraction, empowering you to pull into your life all that is needed for your life's work. It brings the opportunity to heal, restore, and understand through the power of love and the light of ancient wisdom. The spiritual master known as the Buddha is with you now to help you fully receive and integrate the blessing of this ray of light from the universe. The second ray of wisdom is the energy of the open and loving heart of the universe. It is inclusive, drawing all things toward it with an invisible magnetism. It is gifted to you at this time to help you attract into your life the people, opportunities, and teachings that will help you succeed in your life mission. This ray will help you focus your consciousness in your hearts. It will bring to consciousness any unresolved matters of the heart for healing. This includes not only issues of relationship, but also any issues around trusting your heart to lead you. This ray will help you heal your heart in an affirming and nurturing way. The challenge with this ray, given that it is so magnetic and attractive, is learning to discern and say no when you need to. So this is where that Nine of Wands card comes in, right? Like what we were talking about. Imagine a fisherman who casts a very wide net and catches most of the ocean in it. Not everything is useful or even desired by the fisherman. While some things are gratefully accepted by the fisherman, other things are best returned to the ocean where they belong. Being able to trust in future abundance is important. You will not need to hold on to every opportunity, person, or situation out of fear of loss or lack. Instead, you are learning to live in true abundance and flow. Practice feeling comfortable in letting go, as well as receiving. Trust that the universe has all that you want and need in unlimited supply. The universe will truly provide for you, dear child of light. This is a very different way of thinking to how most humans are conditioned from an early age. But it's never too late to change one's mind and open one's heart to a more loving, abundant, and enjoyable way to live. When the Buddha comes into your world, he brings the gift of wisdom. That includes openness to all that is without judgment. This might be the struggle that will eventually be revealed as a blessing in disguise. It might be the challenge that causes you to grow into readiness for the next phase of your divine life mission. Finally, as the second ray of wisdom relates particularly to teachers and education, you are encouraged to trust that you have a message to share that is helpful and educational for others. Whether your involvement in education and teaching is formal or less obvious, you are encouraged to honor the energy of the teacher in your life. In some way, your sole purpose likely involves helping others to learn through wisdom and love. And that, I think, is particularly strong because we also got the Divine Talents card on the bottom of the deck. So a lot of you are coming into, like, your life's purpose and path is coming to fruition. You're beginning to understand what it is that you're being called and drawn to do, and you're receiving the assistance in order to achieve that. And the greatest assistance that you're being given is the second ray of wisdom, which is going to help you to live from the heart, to attract from the heart, but also to know how to discern what it is that is beneficial for you and what is not. Just like we were talking about earlier, right? Like, you have that ability, you have that gift because you're bridging your intuition with your heart energy and with the logic, right? And so all of those are working in harmony for you. And that's how we create that wisdom, right? It's the bridging of the logic with the intuition. And it's the benefit of all of the experience, right? Like, I'm thinking of that strength card now, right? The experience and the wisdom, or the wisdom that's born from experience and from overcoming challenging circumstances and all of that. And I really apologize for the noise outside. It's the middle of the day. People are out there riding motorcycles, doing what they do. It's absolutely gorgeous weather. So I hope that that's not too distracting for you guys. But yeah, so your divine talents are coming through. And for a lot of you, there is teaching, and it may not be, when it says not formal teaching, some of the teaching that you're doing right now might just be from people observing how you are conducting yourself in the world, from people observing your spiritual journey and being inspired from that. Like, we teach all the time. We're always learning and we're always teaching. And sometimes we don't look at it that way because we look at it like we're just living our lives. But that is still, we're constantly in this process of learning, and others are learning from us as we are learning from others and from each other and from spirit. And so, yeah, and for some of you, this may be a more formal thing. If there is something involving teaching or sharing a message with the collective, with the world, with a certain group of people that you're being drawn to, this is definitely confirmation for you guys that you're on the right track. And you have talents that are developing. You have talents from other lifetimes that are returning to you. This is happening for a lot of us, right? Like, we are integrating these different pieces of our souls. And as we're doing that, like, our past life gifts and abilities are coming back to us, where our souls are becoming more whole, and we're really stepping into our purpose and understanding what it is that we have to share with the world. And all of you have something very important and very impactful to share with the world. And then, so Divine Talent says, You are a talented soul. Over many lifetimes, you have developed your spiritual abilities to channel higher awareness, attract healing energy, and radiate light to uplift the consciousness of those around you. Your divine talents are many and uniquely expressed through you, right? You guys are all about that authenticity and that uniqueness and really stepping into your own unique energy. Your talents do not have to resemble those of another to have their own inestimable value. Do not be afraid to use them. Divine talents are a way in which the universe reminds us of what we are here to do. Divine talents are unlimited. They include the ability to channel spiritual guidance and healing energy, to perceive clairvoyantly, and be psychic and empathic. Other spiritual talents are the ability to release earthbound spirits, earth healing techniques such as working with energy grids, as well as healing ability with crystals and the many and varied technologies of light. There are other spiritual talents too. These include writing, performing, sound healing. I'm feeling a lot of sound and a lot of speaking out with this trumpet here. It's reminding me of the Judgment card in the Tarot deck, which is a call to action. Let's see. Dancing to awaken awareness, creating art, photography, or divinely inspired tools and jewelry. So yeah, it's talking about all of the different ways that we can express our talents. And then it says, you could use your divine talents in your career as a healer, in your work in the corporate world, or in your stay-at-home role as a parent, helping to raise more conscious, secure, and empowered children. That's going to be big for a lot of you, or some of you. In a world that is in desperate need of strong, spiritually grounded leaders for the future. You can use your talents to create a vocation that truly inspires you and brings your light to the world. You can use them in line at the grocery store. The point is that you use them. And I'm being drawn now, and I'm remembering this dream that I have for humanity that is shared by many, of these schools for gifted children and these ways of raising children, raising these indigo children, these crystal children that are here to help advance humanity. And so many of them are being born and are present on this earth right now. And just some of you, that may be something that you're interested in too, is something to do with helping these gifted children and helping to feed that creativity that exists within them, that spirituality, that innate psychic ability, and remembering that so many of these children are coming into the world with, and creating a sanctuary and a safe haven for those children. So that's coming through as well. This oracle comes to you with a message. You have spiritual talents, some of which have been developed in other lifetimes and will simply and suddenly spring back to life, as if from out of the blue this lifetime, integrating those soul pieces, right? Like we were talking about. Others need a little more attention, patience, and effort to be brought to life in the world. This is particularly the case for you at this time if you have also drawn the Oracle of Past Life Activation. And yes, so this is huge, what they're talking about now. So it's that, I'll just read it instead of going off on my own thing. It'll just be easier. Sometimes there is fear in sharing talents. You may have a subconscious or a very conscious past life recollection that involves shame, isolation, ridicule, fear, or even torture or death. As a response to your sharing your talents for healing and helping others. This is energy so many of us are working through right now. Maybe you fear your spiritual talent will not allow you to meet your material needs, or that others will reject or deny your talent, even if you know it to be authentic and helpful. Or perhaps you need to acknowledge your talents yourself. Believe in yourself, in your abilities, and in your capacity to use those talents in a constructive, healing way. Keep developing your talents until your own unique expression comes to life. Don't give up in the early and possibly awkward stages, dismissing your abilities as less than those of another. Trust that there is something very real and worthwhile in you. Do not dismiss or diminish your potential. Treat yourself as an investment worthy of development. Give yourself a chance, enough time, attention, and practice to discover what you are really capable of. The universe knows. Soon you shall too. This oracle also reminds you to do what makes you happy, to chase your sacred bliss and express yourself in the world via the unique and special abilities that the divine has bestowed upon you. When you follow what you love, you are on your life path and you shall succeed, beloved. So yeah, this is bringing up quite a couple different things that we talk about. Some of you might want to watch the past life shadow reading that I did, because it talked about some of this stuff, some of these experiences, right? Like we do come into, sometimes our gifts are buried and fragments of our soul that possess these gifts are sort of displaced because of pain, because of trauma from utilizing our gifts in a past lifetime. And I've been going through this recently myself. It's really interesting how sometimes some of these gifts spontaneously return and we just naturally call those pieces back to us because we've done the healing unconsciously without realizing it. And other pieces, like it says in the book, take a little bit more work. They take a little bit more practice. And part of the reason for that, I think, is that we need to develop the skills, we need to develop the courage and the confidence, and there's just something that we need to learn in the journey towards reclaiming those aspects of ourselves, reclaiming those gifts. And so we have to work at it a little bit. We have to step out of our comfort zone. There is an awkward period as we're going through this, you know. I'm going through this right now myself, and I'm going through it on YouTube so that all of you can watch and be a part of this as I'm stepping out of my comfort zone. And like, it can be a little bit awkward sometimes, and it can be a little bit intimidating, but we do it anyway. And we really, it affirms, it gives spirit a chance, it gives us a chance to learn to trust spirit, to learn to trust ourselves, to learn to overcome all of that, all of those blocks and all of that anxiety and all of those fears and those things that tell us that we're not good enough and we can't do what we know we were put here on earth to do, right? Because we absolutely can. We wouldn't have come here if we couldn't do it. And if we're being drawn to do it, we came here to do it. So that's going to be really important. And also sometimes as these, even if these gifts and these abilities come back to us spontaneously, what then happens is a lot of times the energies, the pain and the trauma that was keeping these gifts from developing, or that was sort of burying them, for lack of a better term, in this lifetime, that energy returns too, and we have to purge that and release that and work through that. So some of you may be all of a sudden feeling like you're super inspired because all of a sudden you're discovering these new passions, and you're starting to like see that you have these abilities that you didn't think maybe you had. But at the same time that all of this excitement is happening, you're getting these periods where you're just feeling really, really discouraged, really hopeless. There's all of these heavy emotions and anxieties and fears, and you don't know where they come from. For some of you, like random phobias and stuff like that may be popping up. And so these are all signs that you are integrating past life energies. And just allowing that process, like we have to, when we're able to purge all of that energy, that heavy energy that was attached to the expression of our gifts, that's when they can fully blossom. And that's a process. So it's just being patient with yourselves, Aquarius, during that process. And just allowing that to manifest the way that it's going to manifest, and just loving yourselves. It's, for a lot of us, it's learning how to love ourselves, be compassionate with ourselves, learning how to forgive ourselves, learning how to forgive others, and just like having the courage to try again. In the past, maybe utilizing these gifts didn't go very well for us, but we came here with the intent to reclaim these lost parts of ourselves, to reclaim these gifts and to share them, right? To share them. Aquarius, you are a sign that speaks out against injustice. You are a sign who follows their own path and fearlessly does that. And when you see a way that the world could be made better, you let people know and you act upon that. You bring people together, right? And so there's a strong energy for that in your life path if you have strong Aquarius in your chart. And so it's just learning how to utilize that and learning how to have the confidence in yourself to speak out and to share your gifts and to share your knowledge and to teach other people how to stand authentically in their power. And so, yeah, I'm feeling a lot of that for you guys as well. And pay attention if you're seeing orbs, if you're noticing signs and synchronicities, but especially these orbs, these are downloads. These are your spirit guides that are with you, supporting you and loving you. And it's just a little extra confirmation for some of you guys from the universe when you notice these orbs, whether you notice them just floating in the air, you notice them in photographs or videos or whatever it is. Like, this is confirmation that your guides are standing by. And they are absolutely supporting you in the etheric realms. Okay, let's see. Is there anything else I want to do for you guys? Yeah, we'll pull one of these for you guys too. So this is the Sacred Spirit reading cards. right. Oh, these cards are. So, any additional messages for Aquarius? Aquarius, June 2020. Aquarius, June 2020. Okay. So we have third eye vision, reclaim your mind. Guardian, guard your energy. And energy signature, the past is in the present. So, and then I'm also feeling this one for some of you. Celestial gatekeeper, timing is critical. So, yeah, third eye vision, you guys are reclaiming your mind. You're learning, like we talked about, how to bridge the intuition and the logic and to do all of that. And your third eye, your crown and your third eye, your upper chakras in general are awakening. You're beginning to see things from a much higher perspective. And yeah, I'm being called to just remind you that one of the things that I learned recently was, as the third eye is awakening, we can experience a lot of anxiety and stuff like that. So if you guys are experiencing that, that could be coming not just from reclaiming your past life gifts and aspects of your soul, but also from this third eye awakening and this crown chakra awakening that you guys have going on. And so this is, yeah, I'm going to actually read what it says in the book for this as well, because I'm being drawn to do that. But I feel this energy, he's like, he's calling out to the cosmos. He's connecting with his family of light. He's connecting with beings in other dimensions. Some of you may be doing that. And that, yeah, and those of you who are doing that, you want to be careful to guard your energy during that process. You want to ask, when I astral travel and I do things like that, I call on Isis, because I feel very connected with Isis's energy. I ask her to reinforce my Merkaba and my energetic grid. And I call on Archangel Michael as well, because I feel a connection with him too. And I I attune myself to the correct frequency of the beings that I'm wishing to connect with. And we can also do this by grounding into our heart center and centering in that heart energy. But you definitely want to guard your energy during that process. And just in general, as we're going through this, you know, we talked about how you're going to be attracting lots of different things, right? As you go through this process, and as your heart energy is opening as well. I mean, just all these centers opening for you guys, right? And how we draw in the things that are meant for us, but we also, like, when we become a brighter light, we draw in everything. You know what I mean? And so just really protecting your energy in the ways of utilizing that higher level of intuition that you're now integrating in order to be able to discern people's motives, to be able to discern who is for you and who is not, and just being really protective of your energy in that way as well. And then the energy signature card, the past is in the present. This is just showing you that, I mean, for one thing, this is actually right now just pulling me towards, again, this confirmation that you are integrating those past life energies. And you may actually be calling in situations and people who are going to help you clear some of those energies and that karma associated with those past life energies, which is going to help you reclaim your gifts and step into your gifts more by clearing out that cycle. So you may have people coming back into your life, especially, I mean, this is like the most heavy hitting retrograde season we've had in quite a while, right? So you may be bringing in situations, people from past lives, people who are helping you to heal those energies as you integrate these aspects of your soul and step more heavily into your power. And you're really learning how to take your power back in lifetimes where your power was taken from you or where you gave your power away. And so to just be really cognizant of that when situations pop up with people, does it feel familiar? Does it feel familiar in here? In your intuition, like intuitively, is there a part of you that's feeling like this situation is familiar? And definitely it's most obvious when we have patterns that have repeated constantly throughout our lives. A lot of us are noticing that happening, and it's like those patterns are repeating more and more quickly because spirit really wants to show us, like, this is a past life pattern. This is something that you came here to heal. Now is the time to heal this. So it's like those cycles are speeding up and coming at us faster and faster, right? But there may also be new situations that pop up, but they feel familiar. And so just really feeling into that and really being cognizant of your energy, what energy you're putting into the situation, what intent you're putting into it, and what the motivations and the intents of others are around you. And if the situation feels really familiar and it feels really off, like go into meditation, connect with your guides, ask them for assistance, and really ask for the ability to see and get in tune with, what is this showing me? What is this here to teach me? What is this here to heal? And then, yeah, timing is critical. So there's going to be a lot of situations involving divine timing. It's you are as you are ascending, as you are growing in your power, I don't actually that card's weird. That card's throwing me off. I'm going to leave that there for a second. But then we have secret temptation, being led astray. So that just goes in tune with, guarding your energy, because some of these past life energies, there are energies that wish for us not to ascend as well. And there are just temptations that are laid in our path in order to remind us of what it is we don't want, and also to, sometimes we're going to be given the option to go backwards. We're going to be given the option to go backwards. We're being given the option to step back into old time loops, and we don't want to do that. We don't want to do that. So it's really important, and this feels like shadow energy too. So as these shadow energies come up, to really be willing to look at them and work through them, but not get caught up in them. And I'm going to read, actually, this, I don't feel I need to read that one anymore, but I am going to read the Celestial Gatekeeper, because I feel like there's something from the book that they want me to read, and that's why I'm having trouble. The eagle is considered a sacred animal in many cultures. Unafraid of confrontation, the resilience and unshakable confidence and courage the eagles demonstrate ensure their presence is felt. Their commanding and majestic presence, soaring high above the land below, demands your respect when you reside or walk within it. Flying in between the realms of earth and spirit, these majestic animals are celestial gatekeepers, transporting spiritual communication between the heavenly gateways. These predatory birds rely upon their vision and ability to read wind currents to survive in their natural habitats. The sacred relationship between the Mongols and the golden eagle signify the power and respect these beautiful eagles represent, and are considered more valuable than human relationships, as they depend upon them for their own survival in the Siberian wilderness. Right now, you require a clear focus of what is ahead of you. Your timing is critical. While you may have a sense of urgency, it is important not to rush. Think about the issue or circumstances carefully before you act. So once again, discernment. Ensure you have planned your forward process. All decision-making needs to be carefully considered before you jump in prematurely. Make sure you have all the facts in front of you. Eagles are deeply connected to the celestial realm, as are you. Be aware of the eagle's subtle messages, as they are encouraging you to raise and elevate your vibration, to build a divine relationship, a celestial pathway with a higher source. Pay attention to dense or lower energies so you can learn how this interaction affects your personal energy. Yeah. So just a lot of discernment. You guys are going to need a lot of discernment moving forward to really be able to tell, what is old energy tempting you? What are these old patterns that are coming up to be healed? And how can you not get caught up in those cycles again? How can you utilize your growing connection with spirit, your growing connection with yourself and your own intuition and empowerment to do what you came here to do and what you're ready to do, which is, instead of giving your power away again when these situations represent themselves, but to this time claim your power, reclaim your power, and take that power back. And just really utilizing that vision of the eagle to see the whole scene from above, to really utilize it, utilize your ability. This is, the intuition and the logic, right? To utilize all of that, get that bird's eye view of all situations before fully stepping into them. That's what I'm feeling. That's what I'm feeling for you guys. But you are totally capable of handling everything that is coming your way. And this is beautiful. This is a serious initiation that you guys are going through right now, as far as reclaiming your power and reclaiming and sort of really stepping into your mission and your place in the world right now. And then you have expansion on the bottom of the deck. You guys are expanding. You are breaking out of that cocoon, and you are ready to soar and you're ready to fly. But I mean, your wings are going to be tested a little bit. You're in a whole new phase of initiation right now. That's really intense. That's really exciting energy. I'm so excited for you guys. So I think we're gonna call it and leave it at that for today. But I absolutely love every single one of you, as does Kayla. Thank you for tuning in. Definitely, like we said, like this video, share this video, comment on this video. If you guys want a bonus reading for the month of June, you feel free to donate to our channel if you're being called. We have a link for that below. Kayla and I both do energy healing services and personal readings. So if you resonate with one of us and you want a reading or a healing from us, our information is also in the description box below. We each have our emails in there. So check that out. And until we meet again, have a wonderful June, you guys. Just really step into your empowerment, step into your voice, step into these gifts that are coming home, that are calling you home. You are being called home to yourself right now. And you have this incredible opportunity opening up before you to really step back into your power and your authenticity and to just own that shit. So absolutely do that. Kayla and I are with you 100% of the way. We support you. Let us know how we can support you in this process.